my name is Hannah. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the food educator here at Fisher Elementary, which resides on the traditional land of the Nooksack people. And today we are in our school garden, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Now, currently it's March 10th, which means we're at the tail end of our winter season, and we are ramping up for spring gardening. So there's not a lot growing in the garden right now, but there's still a lot going on that I'm excited to share with you. So let's get into it. So I'm here in one of the garden beds to show you one of my favorite things in the garden this time of year. Currently, the bed is covered in cardboard, and this is to help everything decompose over the winter, as well as protect the soil from things like rain and different weather that would erode the nutrients in the soil. So one of the things that's going on under the cardboard is decomposition or decomposing. And that's the process where organic material like the plants that were planted in here last year get broken down and turned into soil. Now, this happens in our compost heap, but it also can happen right here in our garden beds. Now, organic matter needs some help from some friends to turn into soil. It can't just do it on its own. And one of those helpers is our friend, the worm. And the worms are one of my favorite garden friends that we have here. And so what I'm gonna do is peel back some of the cardboard and see if we can spot some of our decomposers hard at work. So let's get a closer look. Getting a closer look here at our cardboard, I'm gonna peel it back and see what we can find. So right away, we have some decomposing plants that we can see were in here last year. Let's peel it farther back and see if we can find any of our friends. So here's a worm right here. Now they're so small, but they work so hard. They munch up all of this organic material and turn it into this beautiful soil that we will plant in together this spring. And there's some other friends in here too. I can see a roly-poly here. There's a little millipede. So lots of little tiny garden friends hard at work to create this soil so that we can grow our plants this spring. So I'm gonna tuck them back in because they're not quite ready to come out yet. And we'll go take a look at something else here in the garden. So another thing I wanted to share with you is this apple tree. We have a couple different apple trees in our garden, and right now they don't really look like they're doing a whole lot, and that's because they're dormant, which means they're sleeping. During the winter time, it's too cold and there's not enough light for the apple trees to grow, so they go into a long sleep called dormancy during the winter. But as the weather starts to warm up and we get more light, the trees start to wake up. So let's take a closer look and see if we can see any signs of our trees starting to wake up for springtime. So as you can see, there's no fruit or leaves on this tree yet, but there will be come spring. Right now though, there are some signs of fruiting and leafing, and those are our buds. If you look at the branch of an apple tree, you can see these little buds popping up on the stem, and the last bud is called the terminal bud, and that's the one that grows out and creates our long branches. But the buds along the branches that you can see here will turn into leaves and other branches or into fruit. So there's a lot of potential in these little buds right here. So thank you all for joining me here in the garden today to explore some of the things that are going on in the garden, even when it's pretty cold out and the garden is still sleeping. I'm so excited to wake up the garden with you all this springtime and to plant lots of food and flowers and see this garden burst into life. So come explore the garden with your teachers, or come explore it with me when we come out to do garden lessons. I'm excited to see you here and excited to grow with you.